I'm showing Jodi a piece of toe cheese.
Trey, toe cheese is a stick. Stop touching it. It's like, don't do that. It's sticking off. Why don't you pull it off?
Touch it.
No, Tracy, that's not normal.
Touch it.
You stop that.
Look at it.
Hello, everybody. What happened to logging in at 128? So, boy, we have a lot going on here. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Tricky, where we take your mind off of what's going on outside the closet and bring you in here for a full hour of fun, frolic, and foolishness.
Who is that?
So, Levi, come, baby. I'm on full mommy mode today. We're gonna explain why Levi. Yes, you okay, Levi?
My arm hurts a little bit.
Your arm hurts a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Let me feel the temperature. You're okay? You have the Panadol. You need to lie down a little bit so that the Panadol can work.
Wow, his
Temperature's gone down.
Gone
All right?
down, babes.
Go take a little lie down so the Panadol can work and you'll be okay. Whew. Sorry, guys. Well, actually, no, not sorry. It's my child. So, Levi's school called me at about 12:30. Well, let's start from the beginning. Stop that. So last week we had a little bit of a COVID scare at school. He's not, leave him alone. And it was one of his little friends at school who he hangs out with all the time. I tested Levi and he was fine, and this was last week. Saturday he was fine. I didn't see the need to test him again before he went to school Monday, simply because he had zero symptoms. Today the nurse called me at about 12:30 and she's like, you need to come and pick up Levi. He has a very, very high temperature and it's fluctuating up and down, up and down. And I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, when he came home, he came through the door. Levi's shirt is off. The man is boiling, you know.
I know. And
Timmy
he's
has on his
so
mask
hard.
and he was crying. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I hugged him up right away, but he was so hot. He was very, very hot. And then what I did was I gave him Panadol right away. And then Car took him upstairs just to give him a nice cool bath, to which he wailed out the entire time. Miss Arlene made up a mixture of white rum, honey, and lime. And so I was giving it to him teaspoon by teaspoon. Gave him a COVID test. It was negative. And first teaspoon, I said, you know, Levi, go like this. So he goes, so he's like, I said, one more. I said, no. I said, one more, Levi. So he's like, okay, takes it. Go. Third one, he's like, no, taking it. So I'm walking off. So Levi here, I lick him lips from the white rum, and I'm like, Levi, take it easy, take it easy. His temperature's gone down to 96, but he did have a headache. So he came in a while ago saying his arm is hurting him. So I'm just watching him. He's lying down in my bed in the AC with his iPad. We are keeping Remy separate. So Remy is downstairs. So if I do get up during the show, just forgive me. I'm just going to go and check on him. But he's okay. He has his iPad, so he's fine. But Tracy is like, he has corona.
I would never say that to his face though. Only behind his back.
That's
only
true.
behind his back. I will never. To his face, I will always be
like,
loving
yes,
aunt.
darling, yes. But you know
But
what?
behind his back, I do have to.
You know what I rate a while ago about Car though? She just ran and hugged him up. Cause when he came through the door, you know, Car said, Levi, where is your shirt? And he was there crying, and she just said, come on, forget your cool off. So I sat him down on the counter. I gave him his Panadol. Miss Arlene was pouring the orange juice. Everybody went into action. It wasn't a, you know, like, oh, it was, well, she ran away, but everybody else ran into action.
Josephine, something else is definitely going on because my throat is sore too.
Yeah, Levi was complaining about the sore throat, so we gave him the white rum. So anyway, he will be A-okay, and I'm not even thinking about school tomorrow.
So
It depends on today.
What we have from Lady Bee Mixology is I have a just peachy, and it is made with gin. And let me tell you something.
Wait, let me tell you what you have. Wait,
This is dangerous.
you want to share with me? So this is
The
just
birth
peachy.
giver to the virus carrier.
Oh wow!
Yeah, girl, that tastes so good.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I am drinking, but I'm gonna switch to that raspberry guava with gin from Lady Bee Mixology. So our nurse friend over at Spanish Town Hospital, Miss Chin, big up yourself, all of the staff at Spanish Town Hospital, she's saying that there's a bug going around. A lot of kids are sick and it's not COVID. So I'm kind of glad that it's not COVID, but I hope that he doesn't get any worse than this, you know. I can definitely manage a fever. He's in the AC. So where do you find your nanny? Do you use an agency? Please share. Oh, I don't even want to talk about that. It's so sad.
I know, it's so hard to find a nanny. I mean, you know, there's a couple of agencies out there, and I do think that the agencies are great to use because they do background. They do background checks on all of the people who they hire, and they definitely try to place you with somebody that fills all of the criteria that you want. They actually go to the person's house. They make sure where they see their living conditions. They do a police background check, so they do a lot of work for you before these people come into your house. And I find that you don't really do, hi our whiskey.
I see the messages
so like
about
so like it's like you don't have to do a lot of the work yourself. And I find that when I'm hiring, I don't even do half of the intensive background work that these companies do. So I do think that going through an agency is valid. It has its worth.
Yeah,
it has its worth.
But the reason why I said I didn't want to talk about this right now is one of my ladies is leaving me. She's starting her own business, so I'm very happy for her. Gracie's starting her own business, so she's going to make her juices. She's going to be selling food, snacks, and stuff like that. And I mean, we are all going to miss her so much. I don't even want to talk about it.
I know.
I've asked her, I'm going to take a picture of her and Remy together and ask her to make a little card so that when Lord, this is terrible, man.
Oh, Jo, are you tearing up?
Yeah,
Jo,
I know.
Wow, guys,
That's
I'm so
Remy's
glad
best friend. Oh gosh, man.
I'm so glad we have this on camera.
Oh shoot. No, man, I love my Gracie, but I'm really happy for her. And you know, when people say that they want to do something for themselves and to start their own business and she'll be closer to her family, you know. I mean, Remy, I said to Gracie, I was like, so you're taking Remy? You taking Remy? Come, what are you going to do with the bestie? So we're going to miss her. I do wish her all the best. And, you know, I'm going to make sure she has a nice little thing to start off with. I'm going to miss her a lot. But that's why I said I didn't want to talk about the nanny situation, the agency situation, because right now it's just really... Anyway. So
let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the Kardashian girl that married that punk rock guy.
Courtney.
Yeah.
Married, what name again? Travis Barker.
So weird.
I don't know. I think that's a good match.
Weird.
I think that's a good match.
Okay, I think she just morphed into his personality and his image though. Like, she's coming from being like with Scott Disick, like the perfect mom, like, oh, you know, I only eat pink strawberries, to like,
let's get tattoos and have sex outside.
Yeah.
I feel like
she's like put on some weight, and
I
think
like that.
So good on her. And I like that she's feeling more comfortable in her body to be able to do that, because I feel like the Courtney before was like not that kind of person. So I do like that for her.
Oh my gosh, I hear you. She says she's so sick of the Kardashians. But I think sometimes too that Courtney was trying to overcompensate with, my child can only play with wooden toys, my child can only have this and that and do these things. And I think she was just overcompensating to make sure that she was so different from her sisters and to make sure that she was doing all of these things so right. And then Travis came along and he's like, yo, never mind with all of that. Let's get a tattoo. Let's go out in the yard. Like, just relax yourself, you know?
But you know what? There's something to be said about, and this is like going totally off of the Kardashians topic now. There's something to be said when you find a partner that is the yin to your yang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, it took me a while to find Scott, but here we are. I have found Scott, and I feel like he's a yin to my yang. Like, you know?
Yeah. I think too, couples who are so opposite or have things so different in together, I just think that makes for a really interesting relationship as well. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, even though you're so opposite and things are so far apart, like, there's something that brings you together, right? So, I mean, for Scott and...
That man gives me the creeps, tattoo in the head and thing.
My girl.
Well, I mean, it's space,
Traci,
it's space.
I agree with you. Like, he's definitely not my choice. Like,
well, I don't know, he looks like he has alopecia. So I think maybe he was like, you know, he's kind of taken away from you looking at the patchy patches in his head. So now you look at the nice tattoos.
I don't know. Oh, thank you, son. Kissed by Grace. But yeah, when
it's a wind. Oh. I am never able to catch a live. Well, welcome to the live. What's Miss June saying? Free having fun and that. Yeah, I like that she's put on the weight.
Yeah, I was talking about somebody who makes you feel confident in your skin and the yin to your yang though. I mean, like, so many times I find that people are in relationships and they feel very stuck because they don't want to leave, because they don't want to be without somebody. Or like there's ladies or men out there who are single that feel like, oh, why can't I find somebody? And you know, I always feel blessed that I have found somebody who I feel does make me feel complete, but at the same time I wouldn't be in a relationship that didn't make me feel this way, you know, like I'm not going to risk being in a relationship just to have the idea of a man just so that
you have to, as you said, it's good to find the yin to yang, and there's somebody that completes you, you know what I mean? And I think relationships on a whole are difficult. I was just talking to my friend last night, and you know, although I advised against it, she went back to an ex and she just feels so stuck. And she's leaving this week and she just feels like she can't wait. And I said to her, you know, I do want to conquer in the head, but sometimes you need to kind of go back to that ex for you to get that closure, because you're kind of like, you know, he was changing, you know, I think that I could change him. So, you know, relationships are so weird, and it's hard for me to say to you what you should have done or what you should do, because you don't know what happens at night between couples, what they say to each other, how sweet he is to her, you know, it's kind of hard. I'm just going to go check on Levi for 1 second, but before I do, this is how I haven't gotten corona yet.
Really?
Come baby.
So anyway, here I am. I decided I was gonna go with an easy breezy beachy look today. I had just like this little top.
Come back yet? Okay.
I had this little top here. These pants, I'm sure you've seen me wearing them a million of times, and my little parrot earrings. They're so cute. These are the pants I'm wearing for the anyway. But yeah. You know, Stacy, people do change, but sometimes I feel like I don't want to go back to see if that person changed, or I don't know how to say that, because I do think people change. And I had this conversation with a friend of mine the other day about people changing, and I was like, you know, and she said to me, you know, people change. It doesn't mean that you have to have them in your life in the same capacity that you once did. It just means that you can have them re-enter your life, but you put them in a different space. Do you get what I'm saying? So that was very interesting for me, and a very forgiving way to view what has happened in the past, and also a way to, you know, look towards the future and say, yeah, I recognize that you've done the work, I've recognized that you have changed, and I still want you a part of my life because we did have a great time, friendship or whatever, you know, but it doesn't have to be in the same capacity.
You always realize that the exes that you harp over are always the exes with like the junk in the trunk. You don't harp over an ex with like a, you know, that's just like a, you know,
because then he wouldn't be an ex. He wouldn't be an ex. Okay, so guys, guess what?
I went outside to check on Levi. He's fine. His arm, the hair Levi now. My burger is just feeling a little bit like it's coming all over my nose. So I'm like, well, maybe it's because I did the COVID test. I had to put it really high up, like it's feeling all tickly. You'll be okay. He goes, yeah, I'm just gonna lie down here, okay, Mom? I said, yeah, that's fine. But the good thing that happened that while I went outside, it was a delivery. Wait till Remy sees that. So
Candy Craze. Oh, they sent some fresh cones.
So Candy Craze makes their own waffle cones. Oh my gosh,
Daily.
they said
Fresh.
Oh
Daily.
my gosh.
These are fresh.
Work with one person moving to a new country.
Oh.
Yes. So Danique is asking if we think a relationship can work with one person moving to another country.
How do you feel? What do you say? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because I feel like you both have to want it though. It can't be that the woman is going to try and then the man doesn't. And then you have to talk about what is going to happen, you know, in your relationship.
It couldn't work for me. My partner couldn't. Like, Jodi loves. My partner couldn't be like a big traveler and travel for like months on end, but I'm very needy in my relationship. Like, I love to be on the Scott's batty hole.
I feel like to save this for Remy. So Remy we went to Candy Craze. I took my kids on a date, and She said she wanted vanilla. So I said, okay. So I got her a little cup with some vanilla ice cream. No, this not vanilla. This not vanilla. So I said, okay, show me what is vanilla. This is vanilla.
Oh.
This is vanilla. This is vanilla. So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it's vanilla.
This is vanilla. Feel like I should say. You think Candy Craze will get vexed if I say vanilla for Remy?
I don't know. You can have some of mine vanilla.
I'll definitely have some of your waffle cones are so good.
Oh, I'm gonna use this as a spoon.
He would have to be rich. Well, I mean, you know, if you can't hug up the body at night, you can hug up some hundreds.
But I mean, like, not everybody is like that. Like, there's lots of people in relationships who do long distance relationships, and it works for them. Like,
yes, look at our friend who got married and then she moved away to complete school. So you just have to talk about it. You have to talk about it. You have to be realistic, you know. And I find that maybe if you're a little bit older, that these things can be worked out and you can have reasonable expectations when you're young and you're in college and stuff like that.
But
I
it's
know
also
you
what
feel you're in love, but just come on.
But also what you want out of a relationship too. Like, I don't really love so much personal space in my relationship, whereas Jodi does. Like, she has to have, like, her side of the bathroom, her side of the closet, her side of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's very...
This is so good.
We know.
We went for ice cream last week Friday. So
Really?
good. Yes. Auntie Shay, Levi, and Remy and myself we all went for ice cream, and I had this.
Sorry guys, I forgot to tell you what I'm eating. I just chowed down. I'm having one of my favorite pralines and creams.
I'm having my favorite coffee. I didn't think to like introduce it because the consensus.
Someone says, so when is sex going to happen? Virtual sex?
No, that's weird.
No, it's not. It's also, again, whatever floats your boat.
I don't know. I'm not a virtual sex or phone sex girl at all. I've never been. No, I'm not even like a send nudes. No. I used to take your sexy pictures for you all the time for you to send to your boyfriend, but I never. Like, if there was a big scandal now and they were like, Jodi jinxes nudes, I'd be like, first of all, I'd make sure whatever picture it is looks good. And then, but I know it's not me, for sure. Sean don't have none of that in his phone of me.
If nudes of me came out, I'd be like, hell yeah, I look good in all of them.
So this one time, right, we had a girlfriend. And she was in a profession. She was a teacher. And she looks very similar, like her profile, like her, what do you call it, silhouette. It looks very similar to a very well-known porn star. Somebody that didn't like her must have screenshot like a picture of the side of the girl giving head or something. And they're like, oh, this is so-and-so, and sends it around. And it really did look like the girl.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember this, Traci?
No.
She got fired from her job.
What?
They added it to the rumor that it was somebody's husband, right? They fired her, and the picture really did look like her. And we looked at the picture and we're like, yo, my girl, this picture is hot. This is so sexy. Like, put it as your WhatsApp. Like, you done get fired for it already. Just be like, yeah. Is that me? Yeah, own it. I was like, the girl looks so good. But yeah, sometimes like I like trick Sean, and I'll be like, and I'll send like this, and I'll be like, guess what? And he'll be like, whatever, Jodi. Like, he knows he's not getting like a nude pic at all.
Scott told me, he's like, never send me nude pics.
Like, I'll probably like send like a bathroom pic covering up, but sorry, Sean not getting nothing. Yeah, I wouldn't even send that. Like, I'm not. No. You know what better than a nude picture? Candy Craze coffee ice cream.
Nope, Candy Craze pralines and cream.
Oh. You can check them out at their new location. They are located, their second location is located at the Progressive Plaza over in Barbican. They have an ice creamery. So you can mix your ice cream with the Oreo, with the brownie, with the sprinkle, with the whatever waffle cone, and then chop it up. Put it in the cone or in the cup. You can get their freshly made waffle cones. You can also get sundaes. You can get milkshakes, and you can get packaged candy from off of the wall. It's like an experience when you go in there with the kids. It's like I took my kids there on a date.
It's cool.
No, Jodi's all talk. That is very true. I'm like, no. I can't wait to watch this back. Why? What I did.
So anyway,
This is so good.
let's talk about the style that was down on the red carpet at the Billboard Awards show. Sorry, everything flop. Everybody flop. Like, what was that style where all the women were wearing skirts so short that they could barely cover their coochie? Like, it was all flop. And you know what? I love Megan Thee Stallion, but guess what, guys? And I don't know if you guys are going to come for me, but that's okay. That was not her best outfit ever. The skirt was way too short.
Yeah.
I don't think that the top and the skirt together complemented her body properly. And her face, her makeup was on point though.
Yeah.
Like her makeup,
her hair and her makeup are always on point. And I just find that nowadays the style in general, like that was something I wanted to talk about. Like I buy clothes and I'm like, is it because my bottom is big? If I walk from here to the door, my skirt just keeps riding up. So I can't walk with anything in my hand because then my bottom will show. You know, I did think that the red carpet style,
I don't like it.
nobody's hitting it. It's not like back in the day when like Billboard Awards or any of the award shows were like, what is she what was Janet Jackson wearing? And I'm sorry, I don't care if you want to say it was a Janae Monáe moment. No, it wasn't. She looked like a penguin. She looked like a horror penguin. I'm sorry. But Janet Jackson, Mary J. Blige, I love her. I love her.
I thought she came in looking good too because guess what? She's an older woman, you know. She's like fucking 60.
And she looks so good. Black don't crack. And I'm sorry, I love her with the platinum white hair.
Me too.
Latta looked good as well. Yeah, and her performance was really good.
Doja?
I didn't see Doja. I didn't watch your awards, you know.
What? Doja? What the hell is she
black
wearing? I'm sorry. No.
No?
No.
I think maybe she could have done a little bit more with the well, you don't like pasties.
I don't like pasties.
Maybe she could have worn like, instead her nipple covers could have maybe be blinged out, because I do like that the dress was cut with that
Did not.
No?
And then her hair did not go with it. Like, no, I did not like Doja's look at all.
No?
No.
She picked up quite a few awards. I didn't
her
remember
handbag.
seeing any of the gays.
But didn't Doja
guys, sorry.
Didn't Doja came out saying that
sorry.
Didn't Doja came out saying that she quit music the other day? And
I think she was going through something because
then she like cancelled all of her
Doja in the past.
She said she wasn't meant to do
Hold on.
music anymore.
Right.
And she quit her shows. She cancelled her shows.
She cancelled her shows because there was a little altercation. I believe she went to Brazil or something like that. And the fans were just like, hey, can we take pictures? Can we do this? And she was like, no. And then they were like, oh no, she cancelled the show because of the rain. Something happened which really wasn't her fault, and she just got upset. And then the fans were asking, why did you cancel the show? Why did you cancel the show? Can you take pictures with us? And she's like, I'm at my hotel, like, give me a break. And they were like, oh, yeah. And so she was just like, you know what? I can't deal with this. I don't have any.
Everybody's asking what I thought about Shenseea's outfit.
Maybe it was in another color.
No, I like the color.
You did? I think it washed her out a little bit. That's kind of like me in this color.
I love it though. I love that.
You do?
And it's very, very, very modern. I thought she looked very good. I thought she was styled very good. But I'm going to say this about Shenseea. All of Shenseea's stage outfits and all of her stage styling has always been very good. All of her stage outfits are appropriate. None of them are too skimpy. She always has on her stockings. I love all of Shenseea's stage outfits. And last night when she came out and she did that gold outfit, I liked it.
It wasn't gold though. It was like this kind of color.
Like a champagne color.
Yeah.
I have to say though that although she looked good and although she came in with her wet hair look and everything,
I like that.
It did remind me a bit of a look that Kim Kardashian has done before at the Met Gala, I think 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay, so but in all fairness, I hear what you're saying. But that wet look was not invented by Kim Kardashian.
No, it was not invented by Kim Kardashian at all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like the whole...
It kind of reminded you?
It kind of reminded
You know why? Because both of those girls are just so beautiful.
Shenseea is
unreal.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like her skin, can you give me a break? Because like she gets one bump and has to post it. Like, no girl.
I don't remember when she got the bump. We're like, okay, Shenseea with your one bump. I hope it never goes away.
She's hilarious.
Yeah.
But you know who outshone Shenseea though?
Raj.
Yes! No, and how special and how cute is that?
She could have taken anybody as her date, and she took her son.
Like, to me, that meant so much, you know? And Shenseea has always been very inclusive of her son on her journey.
Yes.
And she's been very, she's always shared with us her son's accomplishments and how her son thinks about her. And you know, it's something that I really, really love to see as a mom, that she still shows us that she is motherly, and that, you know, she wants to see she wants her son to see her accomplishments. Yeah. And I really, really love their little relationship. Yeah, but he stole the light, Shenseea. He stole it from you, girl.
Did you see his shoes?
No, he's sweet, but you know.
He's so sweet. And he have like a little suave.
No, he's that suave. Yes. Suave. He have a little suave about it.
While he's talking about Raj,
and I love how he's always happy. He's always smiling. Like, he's just a very well-loved little kid. And you can tell that through everything. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I love how Shenseea bigged up Jamaica. You know, it's something that I do appreciate, you know, when, you know, you just know where you come from and you big up your home and stuff like that. Like, I love when Rihanna bigs up Barbados, and yeah. But anyway, so yeah, guys, Jodi is just, you know, Fitz says that he's glad she dropped the twang. You know, it's something that I find happens to a lot of Jamaicans when they go away. Like, it didn't happen to me when I went away to school. I never picked up a twang. I never started twanging, nothing like that. But I did find that I had to start talking slower. The twang thing never worked out for me. Whereas one of the friends that I went to school with started twanging immediately. Like, as he stepped foot off of the plane, it was like he had a whole different accent. And I was like, how do you do that? Like, what is going on? And he was like, I hate when people can't understand me. Whereas I never did it. I just always spoke, but I spoke slower. So, you know, maybe because she's trying to do this whole international market thing, she wants to be more understood. Like, you know, Rihanna twangs heavy, because if you ever hear Rihanna talk in her Bajan accent, y'all couldn't understand her. Like, she is hardcore in her Bajan accent, so she twangs too. So I just think that, you know, you do it, Shenseea twang, so that she can be more understood. Yeah.
And I think to us too, it's hard to remove our twang, so instead we just add another one to kind of. But I think her presentation was great. She did not buck shuffle. She did not get nervous. She didn't mispronounce anything. She stood there. She said, "Wago on Jamaica," and I like that she spoke in Jamaican.
Yeah.
And that was a big award she got to present too. Mm-hmm. She's doing big things, man. Mm-hmm. We're gonna hear so much from Shenseea. She's yeah, she's doing big things. Okay. I'm proud of her. I'm happy for her.
And you know, let us have a toast to Shenseea.
Oh. Okay, alright. You know, I don't need an excuse to drink.
So today we have some locally made wines by a company called Helawgo.
Called what? Helawgo. You sure about that?
Helawgo.
You don't sound too sure about that.
I'm realizing now that I didn't really listen when they were talking. Anyways, so these are Jamaican wines. They're made right here in Jamaica with the good old Jamaican fruit. And you know, something is to be said about...
Say the brand again so they know what you're talking about.
Helawgo.
Traci. Hello. Alright, let's get out your Instagram. Ooh, they're flavored.
Yes, so this is a Jamaican pineapple wine. It is 10% alcohol, guys, so just be very careful. And you know, I am very, very, very excited to try these wines and to be very honest with y'all about how they taste, because
Helawgo.
Because I think that making wine is something that is very...
Oh, let me pin them. Let me pin you. Hello.
Can you give us a phonetic reading of how this goes?
Helawgo. Helawgo.
Okay. Let's look at this logo once again, guys, so that when you go to the supermarket you can find it. Okay. So now I am opening up the pineapple wine. It is 10% alcoholic volume. Something just happened a while ago.
So judgy, man.
I didn't do anything. I didn't judge. So
Helawgo. They said Helawgo. Who wrote that?
Wow. So okay, I poured the pineapple wine. This is 10% alcoholic volume, and I keep on saying that it's 10% because it's actually something that can get you very buzzed. And you know, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not drinking for fun. Like if I'm gonna drink, I want to be like drunk. You know, I'm not drinking just to have extra calories. You know.
Jodi, add them to the live. Let's add them to the live to get a pronunciation. Ooh, that's nice. Let's add them to the live to get just a little pronunciation. That's a good idea. Who came up with that idea?
Wow.
I said some people just smart, you know, unlike me.
Wow, this is very good. I feel like the accents of pineapple are very obvious. The notes of pineapple are very, very obvious. I mean, I can smell it. I can smell the pineapple as I'm...
Alright, so we're just going to wait for them to join so that we can get a proper pronunciation because Traci is just... Watch, I bet you them in the office are scrambling around. Who going to do this? Who going to do this? Who going to do this? She calling.
Taste it. Let me taste your own. So Jodi is drinking the Otaheite apple wine.
That's nice. That's like, I feel like I'd have that with anything. That's right. It looks very refreshing. It is very refreshing. It's not like an overwhelming taste either. It's nice.
Well, they're very...
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised.
Yeah. This is definitely a summertime
You know
drink.
what would you rather? A wine that tastes bad but you can pronounce? Or a wine that tastes good and you can't pronounce it?
Definitely a wine that tastes good that you cannot pronounce.
This is very good. This is made locally? Wow.
I guess you could, yeah.
This would taste good too, like in a sangria.
Yes!
Wow.
Yes!
Like add some, like I feel too like I could put this on ice and it would be nice and refreshing as well. Like this is super refreshing.
Yeah.
Like I find that, maybe yours doesn't look as cold as mine. This is really...
I don't know. Maybe because you were hot later.
Describe the flavors.
Okay. You want to go first or should I go first?
So, you know when you're drinking a white wine and your fish is about to arrive from a restaurant and you're like, alright, are you drinking the wine? And then the back of your throat, it tastes like, you know, like the acidity, vinegary, like wine. You're like, yo, that buckle is expensive. Right? And you're like, no, you don't even know if you want to eat the fish because you don't want to like get the fish in your...
Ruin the vibe.
You don't ruin the vibe. So you feel it on your tongue back and you're like, yo, this tastes good.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now to finish it up, you taste like hints of pineapple. Like it's not overwhelming. Like you can be like, you know, it could be almost like guess the flavor and you'd be like, pineapple. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
somebody says I must call back. When I tried to call a while ago, they were...
So I'm going to say with my wine...
You switched with me.
It's Otaheite. Yeah, I have the Otaheite apple wine. And I'm going to say that...
Oh, they're asking to call back? Okay. Is it sweet or is it dry? I would say it's dry.
Yes.
This one is dry. That's I mean, that's a strange thing about it.
Yeah, it's dry. They're dry.
Dry.
So they're both dry wines, but they have a sweetness. Like the first flavor that you taste on your palate is definitely going to be the sweetness of the wine. And they're very aromatic. So as you're drinking, you're smelling, like I can smell the fruit. I can smell the Otaheite apple going back. So for me, I think I would love this in like a dessert form, or like I would love it like as a slushy, a summertime drink. I would love this as a sangria, you know, like that would be, because it's not too sweet, but it's not, it's
and I wouldn't expect that for a fruity wine it would be dry.
Yeah.
Because I prefer a dry wine. It says unable to connect. Let me go back on my on here and try call him again. Alright. I like my wine like I like my coochie wet.
Okay.
Alright, no problem. No problem.
Fitz is back.
Welcome back, Fitz.
How are you doing, my friend?
every time I come here, I want to go spend money. Cheers. Cheers to spending money.
Cheers to spending money.
Especially when it's not yours.
I love spending money. That's not
when
mine.
it's your husband's money.
No, I hate spending my husband's money.
Spend it like it's your chore.
When I spend my husband's money and call and cuss me, did you just go here? Did you just buy this? Did you just spend this amount of money here?
I just hide and spend. Hide and spend.
My husband watch me.
Say, Jodi, what is Mzan Market? Oh, Sean, that's a grocery. You didn't know? Low Shusan and Hilo, when you do a supermarket charge, it says market, Mzan Market. You didn't know? My gosh, you guys are always eating in here. How you want me to get the groceries? Sure.
Wish I could tell Scott that. Right about now, we're on a serious budget. I'm trying to plan for Sweetie's birthday party.
Let's mix the wines.
This is talent. This is talent. This is talent. This is talent.
That not bad. That not bad. These wines are actually really nice. I'm really like surprised. Like I was like flavored wines.
I know.
Fruity wines too. I'm like, okay, you know, I think it's gonna be over sweet. Like, you know, like a Trevento, like that overly sweet like dessert wine. It's not like that.
No.
Can you imagine? Oh, a cube of ice and like some fruit.
Go on, Claire. Okay, a white sangria would be nice.
Yeah. Maybe you should like do a sangria for Stevie's birthday.
No, I'm not doing any hard liquor Stevie's birthday.
Wine is not hard liquor. What are you talking about? This is like Tuesday juice.
That's 10% alcoholic volume. That's pretty hard.
Alright, so let's make it.
Let me just remind you about last week Thursday when we went out and you had to be rolled home. Didn't remember who had the keys to your house.
Ooh. I'm onto something here. Well, I didn't remember I gave away the keys to my house. It's fine. I wanted you to somebody to come visit me. So Saturday morning, hear me now in the group. I'm like, hey guys, just want to know, does anybody have the keys to my apartment? I seem to have given them away the other night.
I was like, hi, I have them. Weirdo. Alright. So, wanted to talk about something.
I'm making sure it's thoroughly mixed.
Wanted to talk about something else going on here now. Okay. So I feel like a lot of people and a lot of companies are coming out with their own cosmetics line, right?
Really?
Yeah. Like I feel like if you go into stores, there's a lot of different cosmetics lines and you know, just but I saw on Instagram the other day that there's a place that does it, so you just buy their palette and then you can just put your logo on it and stuff like that. So I guess if I did it and you did it and somebody else did it, you'd all be using the same eyeshadow palette.
Right. So people are just finding like you go to Alibaba or you go to wherever and you buy the product and then you just have it like your logo and stuff on it different. That's why I'm trying to find out where Kylie's does her lip kits. Like her makeup is pretty good.
But I think that Kylie has formalized hers differently. You know, like she spent the money and
like
made
Jeffree
a formula.
Star. Like Jeffree Star has a huge factory. Like I never really was too interested in learning much about Jeffree Star. And then I kept hearing about him and Shane Dawson and I was like, you know, I just don't like what Jeffree Star stood for or stands for, and I don't like what I used to hear about him and the things that he would say. And I kept hearing about these documentaries with him and Shane Dawson, and I was like, okay, let me go watch one of these documentaries. And Jeffree Star is like a big time mogul. Like he has a huge factory that makes the makeup, right? The amount of people that he hires, like I was actually impressed. I was like, I didn't know that he was this big of a deal. Like he came from being, you know, like sharing his apartment, being what you call it when you're like a tenant, with roommates, and you know he had this little annoying dog, and he was like on the just always getting into trouble, and now he has like makeup lines, like the amount of palettes that he does, his warehouse, his mansion, like it's ridiculous. And I do find that he's like he hires people and he's trying to like help out, but I still think his reputation is just so tarnished. I don't know.
I'm back here.
Yeah.
Candy Craze. So like, I want to know something. Somebody who tarnished.
He's a big deal in the beauty industry, but he's a weirdo who preys on kids. I didn't hear about the kids part, so. All right.
But let's talk about this though. Let's talk about like once you had your name tarnished, right? Especially in social media, like it's so hard to get your name untarnished. And I think that's why Johnny Depp is having this court case with Amber Heard, because she made accusations that he is a domestic abuser, and now we're getting to the court case, and it's like,
I think once, I don't believe in cancel culture. First of all, I was once cancelled, but here's why I don't believe in cancel culture, because if we were taught to forgive. Right, not necessarily forget.
Private labeling, Gracie.
We've been taught to forgive. We teach our kids to forgive. You know, we want to be forgiven. So how is it then that somebody does something publicly and I cancel you? Like that's not very Christian-like as far as I'm concerned. However, in terms of Christian, true, but everybody should be. You're a human, right? So you do make mistakes. And you do forgive, and you would like to be forgiven too. However, I don't think, as much as I am human, I don't think there's any way I can ever forgive a predator, a child abuser, a child molester. I'm sorry, it's not in me any at all. I'm sorry, I can't, and I won't, none at all. In terms of abusing and relationship abuse, it's something that if it happened to me, I would move on from that. I don't know how to. Yeah, the Johnny Depp thing is different, but poor Johnny Depp. I feel kind of sorry for him. Cancel culture is brutal. It is.
Somebody said cancel culture is adult bullying.
It is. I mean, some of the things that were said to me were just so horrible. Like, the superintendent of police came to check on me because she's like, we're reading what's happening online and we just want to make sure that you're not suicidal and that you're okay. And I was really surprised. I was like, I guess at the time they were trying to come up with their cyber crimes unit. But I was like, if I wasn't as strong and I didn't have any kids back then. I mean, no, I'm able to push things off my back way better because, I want to do stuff for my kids. But there was a really dark time for me because people are just so mean and horrible. And, I don't understand, like, you expect me not to say something horrible, mean, nasty? I'm a human being. No, I know I like to forgive and I like to, my friends. Yeah. I'll forgive you. I love you. But I think people like to hide behind their computer screen.
I do think people like to hide behind their computer screen.
And bully and say nasty things, and they'll see people that maybe they want to be like, have this, whatever, and then they say like bad mind, horrible, nasty. Like some of the things are just so treacherous, man.
I do think people like to hide behind their computer screen. And Lisa Hannah, God bless her, came out with something the other day, and she pretty much said, take a breather before you make that decision to post something online, because she said whatever you post online is going to be there forever, and you're making these rash decisions and you're making these posts about what you think and what you think is right and what you think is wrong. And Lisa was just like, it's not nobody was even asking for your opinion. This is not what Lisa said, but this is she obviously said something very, very eloquent, and it's true though that nobody is even really asking your opinion, and you're going and you're making opinions and judgments on things that like you weren't asked to, and you just have to be very careful because now your opinion and your judgment are out there forever. Like, did you do the research? Do you really know what you're talking about? Is it valid what you're saying? Do people need to know your opinion on these things? So and I find that I'm very opinionated in my posts and my Instagram, and so after I read that after I saw Lisa's post on that, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's so true. Like I just want to remember this so that I can remember graceful Lisa Hannah saying that, because I do think it's something to be said about somebody who lives in grace.
Words can be very hurtful and you can't take them back. And also too, I think that there's objective learning. There's a way for you to get your point across without calling names and big dirty stinking cockroach climb out of the gutter. You know what I mean? I think there's words to like, hey, did you think about that? Are you making any sense? Do you think that's nice? You know what I mean? That you can say what you need to say without bullying. You know what I mean? And
well,
we
like,
look and we say to our kids,
where does bullying start and where does it stop? though?
Exactly.
Because like the other day I wrote under something.
Yes, Jay, I hear you on that. Jay's World says Twitter used to be so much fun. The Twitter I go on now, if I even make one little remark, it's like, oh, Jodi, don't you know that? And I'm like, oh, no, I didn't know that part about it. But okay, like, I didn't even say anything on Twitter anymore. I just go over there to see, like, the naked pictures because I won't post them on Instagram.
Okay. So, like, but where, like, is it bullying when... I don't know, it's so hard because the other day, you know, that guy who is going out with Megan Fox, the one who sings. Megan Fox is a sexy girl. Courtney and Travis's besties.
Megan Fox doesn't sing.
No, but she's going out with the guy who sings.
Megan Gun Kelly.
No,
Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly, right. So she's going out with Machine Gun Kelly. And he performed at the BBMAs, right?
What is a BBMA?
The Billboard Music Awards.
Oh.
He performed at the BBMAs. Dude, his voice was tragic.
Really?
It was very bad. I thought it was very bad. I don't think from his performance that I feel like he can sing very well.
People are calling him a weirdo. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he's weird or not. I've never had dinner with him. I don't know him personally. I'm just talking about his ability to sing on stage.
I didn't watch the Billboard Music Awards.
What did you guys think? Did you guys see his performance on stage? Like, I didn't see that. And like, I saw under the post somebody had posted him singing. And
sorry.
And I was like, these comments aren't so good. Like, they were saying some really mean things, and I was like, oh, but I agreed with some of them. You know, is that bad?
That you agree with? No.
Like, when is it bullying?
You can agree, like, sometimes I just think, you know, you just read things and pass them. Like, I don't really see the need to comment and say, sorry. The elastic thing at the back is, like, itching me. Let's fix my boobs. Sorry. My underarm is all sweaty and wetty. You heard the noise?
Girls. Wait, they drink each other's blood?
They had like this little ceremony, and sometimes I feel too, like, if you want to do that and you think you're a vampire, why are you talking about that? Why are you talking about that? You know that the media is going to pick up on it.
I just never thought that this was going to be Megan's choice, though. I mean, she was like in Transformers and so hot, and then she did all
this plastic surgery.
And nobody's hired her again, so weird.
Yes.
Somebody says, tell me about Stevie's birthday. Oh, Stevie's sweetie birthday.
So, Traci, I thank you very much, Traci. I didn't say this to you, so I do want to acknowledge that the day that I told you that I wouldn't be here for Stevie's actual birthday, you were really upset, and some of you guys were here when that happened. And maybe it wasn't the right time to tell you, but I decided to do it on camera because I knew you couldn't cuff me.
Really?
I just want to thank you for understanding and moving Stevie's birthday. I did say to you that I don't have to be there, but you really want me there, and I appreciate that. And I know why you want me there. I planned the entire birthday. So then now I said to everybody, so I said to the Prosecco crew on Saturday, you know, I'm getting my I'm gonna bring the book. What is she gonna talk about? She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Who do you love? Are you for sure? Thank you, because you know what? You see how
what is the
Jodi...
theme? What is the theme?
Picnic theme.
No.
What is the theme?
It's one in a melon.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck you get picnic from?
It's a picnic.
Because one of the blankets is pink and white. Strictly Cookies, we see here in the comments. Okay. It's always about Jodi.
Always, right? Who do you love? Are you for sure? Always. See, she's a good girl because she's always on my team. Always on my team. Love you for that.
I'm on Stevie's team.
Love you for that. It was very important for me to she said she has a sister, so she gets it. It was very important for me for Jodi to be here for Stevie's birthday. Mainly because Jodi has been a good sister to me in so many ways that I think this is a milestone event, and I would not want her to miss it. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, but I wouldn't expect it to move the child's birthday just simply to suit me.
Well, I think I'm having a little bit more than a birthday party. Like Scott and I decided to have a small wedding, which was only 12 people, and that wasn't because of COVID, it was because of some other stuff. And after that, COVID happened, and you know, we never got to celebrate with friends. And then I got pregnant, and then we didn't have a baby shower. I didn't have a baby shower because the limitation for people at that time went from 50 to 20 to 10 in the space of 2 weeks. And I was like, I don't want 10 people at a baby shower. That's literally my family. Like, I can have a baby shower on a Sunday then. That's no fun. And so, you know, Scott and I celebrated our first anniversary with friends because it was COVID again. And so, you know, my friend had a Valentine's Day dinner party, so we just went to that. So we really haven't celebrated anything in our since we've gotten married. Yeah. Scott and I really haven't celebrated anything. So for me, Stevie's first birthday, it was more of a celebration of a lot of things and not just her birthday party, you know. So in saying that, it's a very special event for Scott, myself, and Stevie, and so I can't imagine people that I love not being there for this very special event. And Jodi is, you know, obviously somebody who I love very much.
Well, I appreciate that you did move it, so I made sure to step up into full gear. I saw your comment where it's just Jodi's world, we're living in it, and it's not about Jodi, which I was saying to Traci that I wouldn't feel kind of though, anyway
but Jodi's world is a nice place to live.
Yeah, you live in my world, you like it.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all. I did see somebody in the comments saying that that's the same theme that they picked for their baby. So please get in touch with us. We've gotten so many little decorations and stuff like that. We'll keep them very nicely. Just message Traci and we'll pack them all up and you can have all of them. That is not a problem. What was the next thing I was going to say? Oh yes. So I'm there planning. Stephanie and I, Auntie Stephanie, it's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Auntie Stephanie, Auntie Staff. And we started planning, and then Traci, so, you know, we change up a few things. Traci goes, how are you going to get those things? That color is so difficult. I mean, Stephanie, we're just like, could you go over there?
I know, I wasn't allowed to say anything else. Yesterday, Scott was asking me about stuff, and I was like, I don't know, right? You have to ask Prosecco Saturday crew.
Everything is planned. We told Traci who to call for this and to go and pay for the venue. We will show up in the morning, the Prosecco crew, and we will set up everything for you. Winsome has looked about her outfit for the pictures before. We've looked about everything.
Yeah,
you didn't even know the picnic? What the hell is picnic? Let me go and check on my son. Picnic?
You think he's doing okay?
It's fucking Yogi Bear.
That'd be cool. So yeah, you know, there's one thing that I've always wanted. At my wedding, I wanted Ghost to perform. You know, because, you know, Scott and I were planning on having a big wedding, and I wanted Ghost to perform because I just love Ghost. I love him. So, you know, if we ever have a renewing of our vows, I would definitely want Ghost to perform. And that be so. Just like we made it. I love him. Like, who sings Celine Dion songs better? Not even Celine Dion. Like, Ghost sings them so good. He's a true national treasure.
The fever was 98 and now it's back up to 100, but he was under the sheet. So I said to me to be out, and but he said everything was feeling fine, no aches or pains, but gone up 2 degrees. So I just asked him to take the sheet from off over his head. So why are you pushing up his stinky bottom on me? What is this?
You know when you're getting ready to fart on your husband in the night?
Yes, that's what I
do! When Scott said that, he just goes,
no! Turn around! You get the chop, you get the body chop. Sean goes like this, turn around! Give him some iced tea. Jodi, he just had lunch when I went in there to check the time before he got like one of those over fried French fries. So he's going like this, and I'm like, oh my god, he's starting to throw up. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? Like, oh my gosh, it means he's really like seriously sick. So he's going over the garbage bin. I'm like, Levi, what are you doing? And he goes, French fry tastes bad. It's like, okay.
By the way, this is my cone from Candy Craze. I have eaten the whole thing.
I'm saving Remy's Danilla. Alright, so if you want to know why this is a Danilla, you can tune in. Make sure you guys head on over to our YouTube channel where you can watch the full episode of today's show in HD, and of course we'll be dropping in some, you know, last week my Final Cut Pro, it flopped me, it shut down on me twice, you know, and the second time it didn't save anything from the last half of the show, and I dropped in some I'm the one that edits Tuesdays with Tricky, so make sure you drop in the description box, you know, in the comments like, good job Joe, you suck, big belly girl.
Somebody says put Vicks on his foot and put a sock on it.
I will. I have the eucalyptus.
That?
Yes. I have the from Cosmic Woman. She mixed a thing for me, and I rub chest, back, foot bottom, socks, and right around where I put my bronzer on the child. Just like that. And that works.
Okay.
Strictly Cookie says she loves your earrings.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So yeah, what else? So guys, I realized the other day, and I know you guys may think I'm joking about this, but I'm really not, and it kind of like has hurt my feelings.
What?
I realized that I'm not as dark in complexion as I've always thought I was.
You didn't know you were white?
No. I still can't believe it. I'm kind of like, I don't know, like I'm not even brown. Am I white? Like I'm not even brown?
Where can you get these wines? Because you clearly have been drinking a lot.
I mean like...
Helawgo. Where can you get these
I
wines?
mean, in my mind, I always think of myself as like a brown, and then it was the other day when somebody was like, "Oh, Stevie's browner than you," and I was like, "Oh, Stevie's so light," and then I was like, "Oh,
Stevie is darker than you."
I'm like, "I'm lighter than that," and I was like, "What?" So I went to Mom, and I was like, "Mommy, can you?" And Mom was like, "Trey, how do you view yourself?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm a brownie. Like I'm brown. Like I have like caramel skin. Like I." Mommy was like,
"Caramel."
Mommy was like, "No, Trey, you don't." And I was like, "What are you talking about? Can you believe this?"
All right, so make sure you check out Helawgo Wines. We had the Otaheite apple wine, we had the pineapple flavored wine, and coming soon is a guava wine. I think that would be really nice.
Yeah.
You can follow them on Instagram, Helawgo_WNS, and of course over on the YouTube channel, we will drop in their in the description, and also you're going to see a lovely picture right here of the wine. Leave space for it. Okay. Over on Twitter, Helawgo_wines, and then you can check them out at 34 Lady Musgrave Road, unit number 19. And you gotta let us know when you are getting that guava wine, because that sounds amazing.
Yeah, the guava wine.
Can you imagine these wines with some cheese? Okay, this is a wine you have cheese with. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is definitely a cheese.
These are cheese eaters, and then they were just like, yo, we need something more than just this wine, this regular wine. We need something more.
Yeah.
As they eat another piece of brie, and they're like, I know, we are going to make our own wine. That's exactly what they did. These are cheese eaters that made their own Jamaican flavored wines. So the Otaheite apple wine, this is 10% alcoholic volume. That's not how you say it. 10%. It's 10% wine. And I like that the label is nice and it's just simple. You know what I mean? Look at that. You can see right through. You want wine?
So people are asking for Tricky score now.
Go ahead. Give your Tricky score now.
So, you know, I was actually starting my story about myself and my perception of myself, and that was what I was leading into Tricky's Corner. Who do you love? Are you for sure? As you saw and heard, Jodi totally interrupted me. But I will go back to Tricky's Corner.
Why?
Stop it! That really hurts my feelings. I don't like that. You can say something.
Why?
Brownie! So, when I was getting into it, was like what your perception of something is versus the reality of what it really is, and are you placing your beliefs on what is real, or are you placing your beliefs on the perception of that? So the reason that I wanted to get into this today is because a lot of stop this chair. Shh. It's been noisy this whole time. So I wanted to talk about this because I feel that, you know, sometimes we can make absolutes off of a perception. And, you know, when you do that, when you make an absolute off of a perception, you really have not made a choice or a decision that is based on what is real and what is true. So, you know, it's you have to look and make sure that you are seeing the big picture in any situation. So whether it becomes to friendships, relationships, whether it's to like, oh, my job and what's happening with my job, you know, I think it's always a good thing to actually ask somebody else their point of view, ask somebody else their opinion, or write down what you think is happening, and, you know, just go back and check it to see if it's the reality of what is actually there. And, you know, nobody else can see life through your eyes, that's the truth. But at the same time, you know, you have to make sure that you are allowing yourself a full vision of what is actually there.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that lipstick.
I'm a brownie.
Guys, I think I'm gonna have to start using self-tanner. I'm not even joking.
I just want to know if Jodi realizes that Remy is her. You see, that's why at first, you know, I was like, Sean, you know, did you, when she came out of me, you were there, right? She didn't leave the room, whatever. Because at first I really wasn't too sure about Remy. Like, I honestly think I took home like a Canadian couple's child. And then, like, I see like her little naughty face or some of the things that she does, and I'm just like, this is me. This is me, just lighter.
But she and Stevie do look a lot alike. But Stevie and Levi look so much alike.
Yeah. Stevie liked my song. I'm very rough with her because I'm a teacher, you know.
Jodi is so rough with Stevie.
She loves it. When I hang her upside down by one foot, I'm like, I caught a fish! And she's like, ah!
I know.
Anyway, guys, we are going over time. We have a special show for you next week. It's actually, anyway, I'm not going to tell you too much about it. It's a special show. It will be over on YouTube. Traci and I will be there. Maybe Traci, maybe not me. I'll be traveling next week, Tuesday, to start filming my reality show over in Orlando Carnival. So get ready, because I am completely and utterly road ready. All right, everybody, thank you so much, and we will see you next week Tuesday. We have a big surprise for you. We're going to be doing lots of foolish. Did I say next week Tuesday or next week Wednesday? Next week Tuesday. You know the drill. I don't want to give away too much, but anyway, see you next week Tuesday, everybody. Have a wonderful and productive week, and make sure, just drink up. You know, if you don't feel good, just drink up.
Whatever you can get your hands on.
Oh, okay. All right, everybody, thank you so much, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Oh my gosh, it's Candy Craze cool.
Where's some real alcoholic, you know?